Roll initiative.
Who will move first?
No? Isn't that... Okay.
That's not how it works.
Oops.
Okay. So previously, all rats in the basement, which wasn't live, but we are going to tell you all about it. These guys are going to help me fill in all the details. When we started, it was a rainy day in Oakshore, a trader's town on the bank of a river. The sun was setting, and several travelers find their way there. So I'm starting with Paul's character, Amalware. She was on a boat.
I think.
Boat.
What would you like me to tell the people about my character? I have no idea. What's going on? First time.
Just tell them any
Just something.
anecdote you can think of. Anything you want
anecdote.
them to know. Like you were
ago.
trying to get off the boat.
Well, that's quite correct. My character happens to be from a faraway land. And it's a bit mysterious about that. And I arrived that rainy day and got a bit wet getting off the boat without being seen.
that not being seen part kind of didn't work out, did it?
They didn't chase me. I'm good, right?
Yeah.
They didn't chase you, but they did see you.
About my character, I'm sort of a lonely ranger kind of guy, but I did find myself with this group of adventurers. My reasons are my own. They have not discovered them, so I will not name them until they have, because I'm mysterious.
Let's not forget to emphasize that.
Something noteworthy about my character is that she is, while human-looking, sort of pale-faced, with very dark black eyes, giving her the nickname in the party of Ghost.
Indeed, she has a nickname. She's badass. So while she was doing that, my character was standing on the harbor looking at the ship, she was quite oblivious to all the swimming that was going on.
You had to jump ship?
But my character was very, very tired. She had been in the town for a while now, and she is a paladin, a very charismatic, human-looking person with, and I'm going to confuse a lot of guys saying this, I think, strawberry blonde hair. You can Google it if you like. Very startling blue eyes. Lots of armor. She was standing in her armor in the rain, which is, I can imagine, not very comfortable. And looking at the ship coming in and helping the people unload, like a cliché paladin is supposed to do. And while that was going on, two other strangers came walking down the main roads, taking the far more traditional way of entering a town, I might say. And these were, and I'm going to start with Kyle. Well, you were a very ordinary looking guy. I think you described him to us.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, dude.
Tell about your character.
Alright, I appeared in the town. A human-looking character, kind of scholarly in appearance. I am playing the controller Scion for our group. I came to the town kind of on a whim. I had heard about a rather mysterious Baron character that we will be introduced to shortly. We have yet to meet him as a party, but almost by chance happened upon the rest of the group. First person that I talked to was Nathan's character. I have so far introduced my character as Roy, stealing the DM's name.
Which is mildly confusing.
just a little bit so. But I mean, not a lot of it has been brought up about my character's background. As far as we know, I'm just a guy that can explode heads with my mind.
Quite effectively, I might add. Those
Yeah, we're
goblins
going
did
to
not
get to
stand
that,
a chance.
absolutely. I'm not skipping
I
that.
would probably
at all.
say the luckiest roles in the party so far. But yeah, that's a summary as far as you guys had gotten onto Nate's character.
Yeah, who was walking in front of you, also heading for the, I might say, enormous inn in the town. And so was a certain dwarf heading for trouble.
Nathan, you're up.
I was muted, sorry. So I'm playing as Harkon Ironov, a dwarf, a young dwarf who's moving from town to town on a little bit of a quest of his own, following up goblin raids and stuff. And so he just happened to be coming to this little town and was making his way to the inn. Unlike Roy, all my rolls last time were very low, and I pretty much made a bit of a tit of myself, bumping into people and things like that. And I also have a pet ferret, which is called Spud. And I generally met them all because I had no money for beer, and I also had a run-in with the landlord due to my low rolls, and Amalware's character, Giuliani, bought me beer, and that's kind of how I got into the group.
Yes, that is exactly where I was going with this. There, when Juhani, which is Paul's character, also decided to go to the inn to get dry, mostly.
Yes.
Yes,
Very practical purposes here.
very practical.
Drying my clothes.
Getting a drink turned out to be quite creative in this inn. You had to buy a cup from a rather interesting orc, I believe it was. It's not an ogre, is it? An orc.
Oh,
I hope
those
so.
are two different things.
I know they are.
Details.
And then you could fill the mug up with something that was described by us at some point as...
Piss.
Yeah. I know nothing about beer, but the description kinda... Yeah.
Just
Watered
a cup
down.
filled with water, someone pissed in it. There you go.
Yeah, by the words of the DM, so it is true. So getting the cup was one thing, but keeping the cup proved a little bit difficult for Hakon, as he got a Minotaur step on it. That same Minotaur was not very happy with my character and tripped her right into this lot over here. With full plate armor, crashing a bench. So I'm surprised we didn't have to pay for that, on hindsight. But that's okay, we got away with it. Let's just leave it at that. So this was because Anna has made herself a bit unpopular with a certain group in the town called Red Shield, and I think we haven't heard the last of it yet. And where did Nathan go?
His dog was barking. He'll be right back.
Very good, very good. So the meeting between all the party members turned a bit awkward because Anna and Hakon appeared to know each other already and hadn't seen each other for a while and kind of didn't know where the other one had gone. So, nice roleplay there. Let's just start with awkwardness right off the bat. It's good training. Well, it went all very well until a living chair is there. Hey, Nathan is recognizable. There you go. And I still can't get in my own stream. I hate it. Oh, anyway. The evening kind of calmed down a little bit until 2 wounded men were brought to the door of the inn. They had gone on an adventure to find a sword from an elven myth, and their adventure hadn't gone very well. So the Baron of Nevermora wants this sword, and Hakon happened to want to speak with the Baron for something. So the group, which somehow managed to become a group, decided to go and speak to the Baron the next day. And they went to go to sleep in the inn, renting a room.
My, what a room.
Yeah, that was a big no-no. Everyone was, well, there was was it the attic? Yeah, I think it was the attic, right?
Just a common
Or
room.
the common room, like the entire floor littered with bedrolls. And
Yeah, no, it was not the attic. It was just on the same floor. There was another door that you opened,
My
and there was
mistake.
just an entire hall just filled with bedrolls. No walls or anything. Just a big open space with bedrolls everywhere.
Privacy plus plus.
Yes.
Yes, absolute best room I've ever seen.
Ever.
And sleeping was a big no-no as well, especially when Roy, the character Roy, not the DM Roy, pulled out some interesting wine.
You didn't
I
think
thought
it
it
was
was
that
quite
interesting.
bland.
Paul thought it was interesting.
All things, everything's interesting.
Yohani,
Oh my.
Yohani. Yeah, Paul too, but Yohani as well.
Why? How would you know that?
Well, I didn't trust the guys, but I failed my insight, so I drank the wine, which wasn't there. So technically, I drank nothing. And Hakon got drunk on nothing, so that's kind of.
That was quite amazing, actually. Johanny was very amazed because she actually was able to detect the fake wine as being fake
Yes,
due to her perceptive skills.
those were very useful throughout the adventure. So, the next day, Hakon miraculously didn't have a hangover. Gee!
Dwarf.
Then they were joined by another mysterious character that they didn't invite for breakfast, but this ranger called Ronan, which we called the Ranger Stranger Danger or something, went to join for breakfast. And I still can't friggin' load into my shit. I give up. He assured the new little group that there was no chance for them at all to meet the Baron unless they brought something he wanted, which was the damn sword.
The damn sword.
The damn sword.
The damned sword or the damn sword?
So
Is
we
is
decided
damned?
to go on a quest. Our first quest, I might add.
Quest hype.
Quest hype! Woo! So, guided by this stranger ranger Ronan, we set out on our very first quest ever. And traveled through a forest, obviously, because that's what you need a ranger for, apparently. only to stumble upon a small group of goblins and a kobold. And that turned out to be quite interesting as well. And the pet is eating the beard. That's not distracting at all.
What, I don't have a story to tell. I'm good.
Oh, good. So,
Where were you?
I am at the fight.
Oh my, that was exciting.
Tell about it.
Oh my god. There was a fight.
So, first they glued Hakon to the floor.
Yep.
Made sure that Yohani couldn't
Not
see
us,
anything.
the bad guys. The bad guys. Not us. We would never do such a thing.
No, we wouldn't. You do have a clue from now, but. And Kyle, Roy, that's not confusing at all. Roy started to make heads explode left and right, while
Scary.
Anna was giving away
And-
a light show. Pretty much.
That was scary too.
Yeah. while Hakon was trying to get free and then didn't see anything anymore, and Juhani didn't see anything more and then started chasing after kobolds.
Yes. My favorite activity, chasing after kobolds.
That's a good how. Where did
I killed it.
I think I'll stop asking where everybody is going because that is going to be just so. We eventually did beat the goblins and the kobolds. They got scared of us and tried to run away. Did one of
But we killed them.
I don't remember one of them succeeding. No. He
No.
got pretty far, but didn't get away at all. Then we went to look at the pile of rocks that
The one who could escape the Juhani 420 no scope.
You got it, mate. You got it. I was blinded when I shot that one guy, okay? -5 on my
Yeah, I
dice,
should
and I
not
hit him in
forget
the
that.
face.
I should not forget that. Good reminder. There you go.
Just saying. Just saying.
Just saying that we also kinda, as a group, got a little bit suspicious of each other there. And I
What can
believe
you blame
that
us, right? With light shows and crap going on.
well, the kobolds were working on this pile of rubble, so we went to check what was there. I
The
think.
goblins were working on the
Oh
pile.
yeah, goblins. The
Kobold was
goblins.
just
Yeah.
shooting stuff. Shooting loot.
Don't know who detected the magic. I think
Roy.
did. Yeah,
Roy's the magic dude.
yeah. He detected magic underneath the rocks, so we
to
removed
Inspector
the
Magic.
rocks and found the swords. It was that easy.
Da 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 da.
Ta-da-da-da. The sword happens to turn everything green when it touches. If you touch it, your eyes turn green. If it touches material, the material turns green. Yeah, that's what it does. That's all it does so far. So grabbing the sword and being startled by Ronan, who had conveniently disappeared at the start of the fight and now conveniently reappeared when the enemies were dead, we decided to not let go of that sword while he was there and follow him back to town. And I believe that you guys wanted to roleplay a bit on the way back to town. Because we kind of had questions for each other.
I mean,
We can go through that basically in 2 seconds if we want to. I'm fine with that.
I'd say we can just, for the sake of getting the stream started, just
Let's get the stream started. I agree.
Yeah, we just skip past that. We'll get around to it.
Let's jump on the Baron and shoot him in the face.
Let's just
And then
assume that we all don't want to tell each other anything and just avoid all the questions that
Roy's just giving you more wine to get drunk, and the two of us just don't.
yeah, pretty much wine that I'm not getting drunk from, but that's okay.
Details.
Placebo effect.
Placebo
Probably.
effect, exactly. So after 3 days of traveling together, avoiding each other's questions, which we're very good at, by the way, we spent the night at an old man's house because we do not think it's very safe to take that sword and go sleep in the rooms of the inn, with the crowd all around us. Hakon is being a bit too tired, I think, as he crashes down and the next morning shouts, screams fire and emergency because he can't move anymore. If you do remember that. Because Mr. Dwarf went to sleep in his armor and yeah, that was uncomfortable.
I woke
So-
up very stiff.
He needed to walk
Indeed.
that off for a sec. That was kind of funny roleplay there.
I hope he learned his lesson.
DM did not let him get away with it.
No, that's what happens, right? If you sleep in your armor, you become immobile.
It's your call anyway. As for Ronan, we went to meet him where we said we would. Juhani, not trusting the entire situation as she usually doesn't, went to scout ahead and joined us after Ronan did exactly what he said he would do and meet us. So nothing going on there so far. Anna had Hakon carry the sword because of her friends in town, because she had spent the last few days getting involved in a dispute between the Red Shield and the town, and they didn't really like her for that. And there they followed Ronan to the mansion, but they didn't want to show the guards the sword, but the guards were a bit grumpy and did not want to let them in. And Anna, being all pretty and charismatic, it didn't help anything. These guys were so duty driven.
Pretty and charismatic.
Didn't work at all. But that was when Roy, I think, stepped in and gave them a big fat lie, and they fell for it.
Lying for the win. Boom.
And they were let into through the gates. And that
Love.
is
What did you tell them
exactly
again? Something about something?
I
something
could have
about-
told them that I was a pretty unicorn and I needed
With
to
that
see-
roll, you could have, yeah. Yeah. Let's assume you did.
I'm rather sure that I convinced them that the Baron would be quite unhappy if they did not let us in.
Yeah, we had apparently a prior appointment.
GG, binary. GG.
So this is the point where I'm going to let the DM take over, and I'm going to do a last attempt to get into my chat.
Yay. Well,
Jum, take it away.
take it away. You. Oh, sorry. Right. As said before, but I shall repeat. By the way, before we begin, guys, now that people have joined, I will once again repeat. I have two chats open. Those from Bookfish, where this is being streamed on, and those from my own channel. Thank you, Binary, which is what Binary posted. I use the chat for my channel for world ideas only. So if you have an idea for the world or the story or anything, you want to get something cool in there, just go to my chat and suggest it. And I will try to, incorporate it if it's really cool or if it fits or something. Because this world is not yet written, except for the part that... that is for this small adventure, but the world around it, the world at large, is not yet written, mostly. So if you have any ideas, go to my chat. I have it open, and let me know. That was the short.
Nathan.
All right, so
Technical
You guys-
difficulties. Oh dear.
Oh.
you guys arrive through the gate of the mansion, and you see the garden with the two big statues flanking the gate of two tieflings. And there's a big fountain in the middle of the garden. And behind that fountain is the giant mansion that looks a bit Roman in style. For those people on stream, I do use pictures like the one you see now on stream to give kind of a sense of what it looks like. It doesn't actually have to be a one-on-one representation, but I think it's cool to give some kind of atmospheric picture to show you guys what it looks like, kind of, sort of. So, and as you can see here, it's a Roman villa. It's a bit bigger than on the picture. It has side buildings as well, going along the walls. But the main villa looks like on the picture, and yeah, that's what you're standing in front of now. People in the garden, a few people are walking, a few elves, a few dwarves are walking, and other creatures. They seem to be in conversation, and everyone, you don't have to roll an insight to see that everyone in the garden is in a happy mood. And from inside the mansion, you hear pretty loud music coming. And
Having a party.
many
Damn
people
them.
talking.
Okay. Hakon wants to go and wash his face in the fountain.
You can do so.
That sounds like a grand idea, doesn't it?
Just gonna lather my beard up.
As soon as the water touches your skin, you notice that it's really, really fresh water.
I'll
It's
drink from it as well.
It looks really clean as well as you look into the fountain, and
I'm in my armor, aren't I?
yes.
Oh, okay.
You would have jumped in, wouldn't you?
Anna
Not gonna
walks
pull
up
you
to Hakon and just grins and chuckles. What are you doing?
I'm washing my beard, he says. And he washes his beard.
The water was clean, is what the DM wanted
Okay.
to say. I mean,
Yes, the water is clean.
Anna
it was
just
clean.
raises a hand, and a small black owl with purple eyes, who I forgot to mention, sits down and she puts it on her shoulder. There, I mentioned it. My bad.
Hakon
Provided
throws
nobody-
My
Hakon
stream is
throws-
working. Sorry. Hype.
Hakon gets his little white ferret out called Spud and kind of laughs as he throws him in the water, playing.
I really have trouble understanding what you're saying with your helmet.
Roy, that keyboard man.
I know. Sorry.
Unbelievable, you guys. Unbelievable.
I do believe that we were being led to the Baron.
Are we being led at all? Or are we just walking like randomly?
No, you're walking through the
Oh, we're just okay.
We're let loose in the.
guards let you in, and you pass through the gate, and then they
Do we see any valuables?
roll a possession.
We're in the garden.
Seriously though, Juhani would like to take a look around and see if there's anybody who might be a baron. Would that be something you would let me do?
Yes.
I'm gonna roll a perception for you.
Okay.
First roll of the day! Woo!
You know that some of the dwarves, mostly that are walking around here, are of a higher class, but you can't tell whether it's exactly a baron or something.
Right, that makes perfect sense, yes. Consider it, I'm not even from around here, so I have no-
Exactly.
Oh, those guys don't look like peasants.
Yes, that's basically over.
I will wait for the other members of the party to take the lead. Peering under my head at the townsfolk.
Anna walks
Oh,
over to Roy and goes like, "Okay, what's the next step of your master plan?"
Well, I would suggest that we see the Baron. And I take a look over at Hakan, kind of in a look that you would give a puppy playing in a pool. Like, are you ready to go?
Hakon noticed Roy watching him and hurries up and trundles to his side.
All right. I assume there's some kind of large door that we get to push open.
Yeah, in front of the mansion, there's indeed. First, there's a row of pillars, as you can see on the picture as well. First, there's a row of pillars, and if you go through there, through that opening, you can see a large door, a wall with a large door.
All right. Well,
That is where you walk, I assume.
yeah. I am hoping that I don't have to pass a strength check to open the door.
No, you don't. And you open the
Yeah.
door.
I push open the doors.
Right.
as the
Aragon
party follows
style, yeah.
behind me.
You push
what
open
do
the
we-
doors,
what do we-
and you see this marble floor and marble walls, with long tables from like one end to the room to the other. It are really long tables with a lot of chairs and a lot of people sitting there. Some for Juhani, so you don't have to roll again. Some looking high class, others are looking, have common clothing. There's like lots of food aligned, like roasted porks and whatever you can imagine, like really high-end food along the tables, and rows of mugs where people are drinking, and a few elves and humans are walking in between the tables with instruments, playing music.
Right.
and also there are a few people who are walking with I don't know what the English word is, but with the plates where you carry drinks on. That
Trays, I
Serve-
guess. Right?
trays. Yeah, I don't know. No, trays are like
Carrying trays, I don't know.
what people use in restaurants and stuff to bring you the food with.
Trays.
Trays. All right. So people
Score!
score.
Technical
People with
difficulties.
trays walking around, obviously there to serve the others because they're refilling drinks, taking empty plates, putting clean plates back. So they're obviously there to serve the people sitting there.